And we're back with another exciting live for the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle Extravaganza. We only got 3 days left to get this amazing deal. All brand new resources worth over $1,390 for just $50, 32 of them. You're going to want to check it out either in my link in bio or Wendy's at healthy-by-Wendy. Healthy_by_Wendy. So I'm going to invite Wendy in here pretty soon. We're going to be going into Energetic Practices and Remedies. She has an amazing new resource in the bundle called Feminine Harmony. Much about this, but going more into the specifics of helping women achieve the highest heights of health. So I'm really excited to go into this topic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you all are enjoying your day. And then if you've grabbed the bundle that you enjoyed a ton already, let us know in the comments if you have. And if you haven't, you're going to want to check it out in either of our links in bio. And if you have any questions about this topic, feel free to let me know. We're an open book. We got probably around an hour or so going into this. So I'm just going to invite Wendy in once she joins us here. Hopefully she joins us soon. There we go. So I'm going to invite Wendy in, and if I can, we'll jump into this topic. Or she might have to send a request. I can't send her one right now, unfortunately. Wendy, if you can send a request, that'd be awesome. Let's see. Oh, maybe I got it now. There we go. Fun. As I mentioned, we only got 3 days left. It ends at 11:59 p.m. PST this Sunday, and then it's gone forever, never to be repeated with these resources.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Hello. I'm
Good
great.
to see you.
It took me a few minutes extra. My mom's babysitting, so.
All in its time and place. It's definitely all good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Especially seeing the amount of hours I got this night. I'm doing okay.
Nice.
My baby was waking up every hour, and
no.
I just decided to work some stuff. So, yeah, I think I got about 5-ish.
Oh my. It sounds like you need some energetic practices and remedies to help with that.
Yeah, some breath work.
Yeah, exactly. Breath work is a really good one. I got a little more than you, but I'll admit not a lot more than you, but it sounds like you had more interrupted sleep.
Yes, also, it was late. When I spoke with you, I was like, okay, now you really need to sleep. She will calm down. And then she actually kept waking up.
Yeah, they need their mama at certain times, right? And it's nice to give it to them when they need it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so amazing development. She's
Oh,
standing. She was like standing like right here. And I look as she's trying to not touch the concrete with her knees, of course, crawling. That hurts.
yeah.
And she's making some weird like animal movements like Omira shows.
Yeah.
And then I look there. I look again and like, oh, she's just standing there like in the middle, just like strong like that. And she's just squatting down, coming back up, and I go, yeah. She goes down and back. I'm like, oh my God, you can do
yesterday or when was this?
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow, that's cool. New things every single day, hey?
Yeah,
Well, or a lot of
when
times.
yeah, always happens. Always when they have like a new development, their brain is like a couple of nights is like busy. And so I'm used to, like, I have already one kid who's older, so I know it happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's okay.
Well, that's exciting to hear.
I'm good.
That's exciting to
I'm
hear.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's an energetic practice, watching your wee one, come up with new movements and grow, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a different energetic practice, but
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. So into that topic, that's a fun one, and your amazing resource, Feminine Harmony, is a part of the bundle. Do you want to briefly touch upon that, just a little bit about what that's about, and then what energetic practices really are, and what you're meaning when you mention that?
Oh, yeah, of course. So my book's named Feminine Harmony, and it is actually really about balancing your hormones, finding out all these weird symptoms that you have, what they have to do with especially hormones in the female, and especially around this whole getting pregnant, pregnancy, birth, postpartum area of life. So when hormonal balances, like when you notice when it is different, when you notice when it's maybe more off than it already was. Like, because people, like women, are quite used to having monthly discomforts. And but that monthly discomfort can turn into major symptoms once you go to being pregnant or in labor or after birth or in menopause when you go to perimenopause. So yeah, that's what my book is about, and it's full of delicious recipes and practices, and yeah, also information like what you do if they tell you to take some supplement, yes or no, and what are healthy alternatives. What homeopathy can do for you in these cases. Yeah, and there's so it's a guide. You can look up like your symptoms, and you can just read some chapter about nutrition. You can learn about where you can get enough iron, where you can get enough choline,
Yeah.
and how to do that safely, happily. Yeah, so
That's awesome. I mean, it's such
that's
important information. Like, more than half the people around are women, and a bunch of them are going to go through this at some point. So it's really important information out there, and there's a lot of misconceptions, I believe, around this topic. So awesome to have that a part of the bundle, and it's worth over half the price of the bundle itself at regular price. So this is an amazing opportunity to grab it and get so many other amazing resources for just $50. So again, check it out in Wendy's link in bio if you haven't subscribed to her yet or followed her on Instagram here. Do so and grab that. Grab that. So let's hone in on energetic practices. And people might have different ideas about what that means, but what are you really talking about, and what are some maybe that you mention in the book?
oh yeah. Well, if I mention all of them, we will be here for like 5 hours, I think. We
Hmm.
can spend a couple of hours on everything. So, energetic practices, I mean, in this case, more naturopathy energetic practices. And not so much more calories means more energy.
Yeah, yeah,
And we all know, being raw vegan, being part of the bundle, we now know more food does not equal more
yeah,
energy.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's not the only component. That's absolutely for sure.
yes, and optimizing your food and nutritional intake is also not the only way to improve your energy levels. And with
Yeah,
energy level, I mean how you're feeling,
yeah,
how your energy in your body is flowing, how it's physically flowing, like with your hormones, with your nervous system, with your blood flow, with everything like that, but also how a little bit more it is into the ether, like how is your energy flowing in meridians,
yeah,
in your aura,
yeah.
what like what that it is. So my book is definitely very practical, very direct, and
Cool.
I where necessary, I looked up some science and put some references in because I know that there's always like a need for that. So
For sure. If it's just straight woo, then some people will be like, "Ah, I'm out of here." But if you actually ground it in some science and practicality and make it straightforward, because a lot of people don't make this kind of stuff super straightforward.
yes, it's very like concrete. It's in concrete. Like this is
Yeah,
it, you know.
yeah,
It's not a fuzzy, long, dreading story going on and on and on and on. No, that I didn't want to make that. Like busy moms, busy parents, busy dads too. Like, come
mhm,
on, we need to know what we need to know,
yeah,
and it's got to be brought in a fun, practical way that we can implement in our life. And
absolutely.
that's how I wanted to present it.
Demystify the esoteric. That's good.
Yes. So the esoteric, yeah. So energetic practices. I take a breath.
Mhm.
So different kinds of breathing gives you different kind of oxygen, makes you feel different. Every time you feel different, it means your energy changes. And made of heard from chakras. So we got these chakras going on. Each chakra corresponds to a certain emotion, corresponds to certain organ, seven big chakras I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And when I speak about energetic practices, I speak about this holistic way of thinking
Mhm.
that from a naturopathy perspective, how I've been taught as a therapist, is that all problems, I call them problems,
Mm-hmm.
challenges, work from the outside towards the body, so from outside to inwards. So they say everything before it manifests as a physical, visible discomfort in your body, it's already present in the subtle outer layers of your existence, of your soul. And so energetic practices focus on working with that subtle energy that is you, that is around, or eigenlijk not around. Yes, you are actually symbiotic with your body, with your higher self. It's a symbiosis. And so when I say outside, it is because I am picturing for you a beautiful aura picture around the physical body, but it's not around. It's in a constant exchange.
Yeah, you're inside it, right? It's like an egg you're inside, essentially.
Yeah, so that's what it's like. Like that's what you see on the picture. I got that picture in the book. I don't like. I got it over there. The book, yeah, inside. So there are a lot of ways how we can positively and negatively influence this energy that is us. And we can catch little disturbances before they start manifesting as annoying physical problems in the body that are really disturbing us. So that's what I'm talking about, energetic practices. If you let me talk, I'll talk for an hour. So I'll just let you ask the questions.
No, I think there's a lot of different ways we can go with it, and we have, quite a bit of time here. So I'd love you to go into some of them. Obviously, not let go of everything in the book, but a nice little taste and some things that people can take home. So let's just start with one energetic practice that's at the top of your head, that people can actually utilize to help them right now.
Okay, this is the easiest ever. I'm doing it right now. I touched on breathing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I am outside
yeah,
because all these lives are inside.
yeah,
And now I'm like, okay, I need some sunshine.
yeah, yeah,
It's not literally the vitamin D on your skin and your eyes. You start to make happy hormones the moment that you're outside. That's like
yeah,
the physical science.
yeah,
But, well, for me, also science, by the
yeah,
way, is light is represented sometimes as a wave and sometimes as a particle. These particles we call photons in physics. I study physics, right? Like I started with
yeah,
physics in the year 2000 or 99, in 99.
yeah,
And these photons are now touching my skin. They have a very high positive vibration. So I am gaining energy just by being outside in the sun. Now, there are people testing that in your body with a machine, and it's called biophoton therapy. Hey, guess what? I just recently got one of those machines just because I thought
Oh,
it was cool.
cool. Why not, right? Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And you can see disturbances in the subtle body I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we just need to be out more in the sun to gain that. Now, this is interesting. Raw food for me is an energetic practice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because these plants that are grown outside here, in the full sun, in the full soil, will not only receive like water and essential nutrients they need to live and look beautiful because they add them inside, but they will have the energy of the sun, the wind, the clouds, the rain, the soil, the different sand grains, the different, like everything that's living in the ground. They will have the electricity. That's how we say it in naturopathy. The above is called electric energy and the below is called the magnetic energy. And you can see that in lightning. You can see this is an extreme example that makes it visible for us, visible for everybody watching this. So the balance between the above and the below is inside this plant.
Yeah.
When we eat that plant raw, we keep most of these biophotons. They are literally hitting the plant, hitting my skin. They are literally making the electrons in the atom vibrate a little differently. And that's what we actually are sort of made of. This is what our soul needs to thrive. So that's why we feel better when the sun shines, when we're outside. Now, so that's an energetic practice that is so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't take much beyond just walking out and getting some direct sun on your body. And yeah.
And I know this is so simple, like this is surface level, because in the book I go like super deep, like on what specific herb has what vibration to go, you know, with what kind of type of emotion or person. So, but yeah, I don't want to randomly pick one right now. I really want to address how important this is and how you can use that and how it works actually, because I think this insight, yeah, the insight, and you're like, oh my god, that's how it works. So the idea is to get this high vibration inside your body, because this is what's healing you. Now, you have maybe heard of people that do Reiki or magnetism or energy healing or whatever you want to call it.
I'm actually a Reiki master myself. Don't mean to brag, but
Good.
the term master is so funny, I find personally. But yeah, no, I'm aware for sure.
Yeah. Well, I found the schooling of the Reiki schooling. I did it in 2003. I became a Reiki master. I like you, master teacher. I find it very interesting and very I found I needed a teacher to tell me what I'm doing, because I was able to see the blockages in the subtle field of people. And cool. When I would ask questions mentally with my mind to this specific space that I would see, I would receive some answers. My mom is like, here, you go. Wacht over het tweesloepje. Oh, ga je? Boven de bak. Ja. Okay. Doei. Doei. It's my mom's go home, the baby sleeping. Oh. So when I was okay, I got lost now.
When you see a blockage and speak to it or intuit to it.
Yeah, I didn't know that as a child that I was doing that. I was just like interested in this person that I'm seeing, and I'm just like, you know, like I'm not aware at this moment, conscious of what I'm doing. I didn't know I was doing something. It was like talking to another kid. How do I know? Hey, watermelon online. Hi, Nama. I will explain that now. So, because I had to learn, I don't know, as a child, how to pick up on the subtle changes in the people around me to feel safe due to circumstances. I got even more trained in that. So I don't know if I'm born with it or it is just something that I learned. But I believe that everybody can do this, that everybody's born with it. And I certainly know that you can learn it. There are some people that didn't see, feel, or hear anything and didn't believe anything. And it took them 3 years, as my acquaintances, for them to experience something in it. Yeah. But even though those exceptions took 3 years, most people in 1 or 2 hours sessions are able to experience it and just do that. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. So you'd be able to I was able automatically to pick up on that, communicate with the person with that blockage, and somehow made the emotions come out that were stuck there. And then after, the energy would flow and people would feel like, oh, I feel so much lighter. Wow, I don't know what you just did. And I'm like, I didn't do nothing, I just asked a bunch of questions. Like it was all you. Yeah. And so as healers, energy healers, we are merely guides. We are the guides, we are the coaches, we are the we're not coaching somebody on. We're really like channeling the energy like a medium does, maybe. You know, like mediums. I don't know how you, if I say it correctly in English. Like the talk to dead
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I talked to some dead people. I was okay, but wasn't. It's not my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I prefer to work with living
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, that's understandable, but also something that a lot of people might have a hard time believing or understanding. But we're knocking at the door with your book and going into these practices because, like you said, I think all of this is innate in everyone, and maybe some people have the productivity, like the ability to go maybe a little deeper. They're more naturally kind of attuned to it. But still, I agree with you. I do believe that all of this is available to everyone. It just requires some time and some focus and some awareness around it, right? And some of the practices to build up our own reserve or our own awareness, raise that up a bit.
Yes, and this is a like you have this sense where you can feel the aura of the other
Yeah,
person. Like when you're sitting working with your eyes that way, at some point you can feel somebody's behind you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's it. That is it.
Mm,
It's just the same thing, but just a little bit more sensitive. And you can practice that sensitivity by stepping into your feminine energy, actually, also for men,
mhm,
by expressing that you are a being, that you are allowed to be, that you're allowed to stay in a safe space, and that you're super present in the present
mm,
moment. The opposite would be going out there, having to do this,
yeah,
think about the to-do list in your head,
mm,
um, focusing on the thoughts in your head instead of focusing on the feeling and the present
mm,
moment. So the feeling of the present moment is what is here right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Yeah, presence is such a powerful process in itself and interconnected with everything, I think.
Yeah. So by being more present and practicing being more present, then it's automatically you get more attuned to the subtle energies of life, and it will start to come. That said, um, I would recommend read a book or do some, like I have some free stuff on my website to download, like simple guided meditation. And you could just read that meditation. You don't even have to sit down and be all zen and do what it says. Even if you just read it and think, okay, so I have this energy. Oh yeah, it's coming through my hands. Oh, it's working. You don't
Mhm,
even have to sit there for like 10 minutes trying to calm your
mhm,
mind. And so, yeah, I believe it works for everybody.
No, I can't agree enough. Would you say that presence is a cornerstone of energetic practices in general? And
Yeah.
okay, and then if so, what would be a recommendation for somebody to practice presence and living in presence?
So in the moment you want to, for me it's need, when I am with a client,
Mhm.
I need to be present. And
You want to serve them the best, right? So that need comes from a desire
there
to
you go.
really be. Yeah.
Thanks for asking your question.
Yeah.
Step into service.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
for me in the beginning, it was really like I am here, this person with my finger, and this person comes with thoughts and problems and things and to-do lists.
Mm,
What I do, I take this ego person with
mm,
all these thoughts and shit, and I put it here. I put that here for a moment. Just put it on the side.
mhm,
And guess what is left is my essence, the flow.
mhm,
The channel is like have like the channel, and it comes here and it goes there. And I let the guides of the person, my higher self, I have not really defined it for myself,
mhm.
but I use these words because that might speak to
Yeah.
people. I let them, the divine energy, God, universe, I let that happen,
Mhm,
and I use my mm, oh, what's the word? Discernment, like
Mm-hmm.
the ability to make a separation, determine, uh, like right and wrong, or blue or black, or green or yellow. So I let that is up to me. So my awareness is in the translation of what is coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my job. The channel is not only receiving, it is receiving, translating, and communicating.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what the healer does. That is the activity. And everything else, who I am during the day, what's going on with the kids, if I'm hungry, whatever, if the dishes need to be done, that person is standing right over there. It's got nothing to do with what I'm doing right now in the present moment. And now the interesting thing is, that is also what they teach you in meditation. And the more you practice
Yeah.
this, then it turns out all the shit you put to the side, actually half of it you don't need it. So you don't go back. At some point you just go back, and the half you don't pick back up anymore. You just leave it there, and it's done, and you be done with.
Yeah. Now,
Mm.
how do you feel that this relates? Because like I understand the idea of being a channel and being that presence for another person, and we also talk about how everyone has the ability to do this, and that if you're in your own presence and have your own energetic practices, that's a benefit to yourself. How do you see the relationship between, having an outside source versus having this as a practice that you really do by yourself? And is there always a need for the outside source, or do you think people can come to a place where they're really doing it for themselves because they have that faith in themselves as opposed to externally outside of them?
Um. Okay, I'm gonna have to rephrase the question,
Mm,
because there is no outside or inside or do for yourself.
mm,
Because the realization, while I do this, while you do this, is that we are all one.
yeah,
And this is the realization that you sort of need in order to do the whole thing we just talked about.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
So it's like the Matrix with the spoon. Realize there's no spoon. No, but this is the essence. Like,
Yeah.
everybody saw the movie, so I could like easily refer to that.
Mm, mm. No, it's
Um,
a
and you don't need to say, "Oh, I want to connect with God."
mm,
No, you don't need. But I do feel in my years of what I have experienced, and also the darkness that I've seen, what is on different layers of this planet
mm,
in the heavens, and that's why they say the heavens and
mm,
not heaven. It's good to get some knowledge from some books, from some people who've been doing it for a while, and don't go sit there and I want to go astral travel and I'm going to go out my body, astral travel all over the place, come back and think you're healed, because you could pick up a whole bunch of shit
mhm,
and you'll be worse than where you were, because you take your trauma, your belief system with, and there are some energies out there with the same shitty belief systems, but then 10 times stronger, and they love you. They're like, oh my God, there's my sibling.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
they'll go just hang out with you, and you're like, why do I feel so heavy? Because you got some people hanging out with you that you don't know and they don't know, and you're both totally oblivious that you're like doing
mm,
this. And I've seen that also, and it's not like I don't want to scare people a lot, but I also don't want we're going too far in the sun, but I also don't want, just anybody watching this jump into astral travel without like knowing anything that what they're doing.
mm,
So in my book I make it way more practical. I don't go into this very spiritual stuff like at all. I do in my course, actually, that was in last year's
mm.
bundle. And so yeah, if somebody would be like super interested in working on that with me, then
That's
then this bundle would
the next
not be the
step,
first
hey?
choice. That would be like, read the book,
Yeah.
eat your raw food, and go join the course, and we'll do the course together.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Yeah.
sounds like the feminine harmony is more about grounding yourself in these practices and almost in a way preparing yourself if you want to go deeper with that, or otherwise just for your overall well-being and awareness.
Yeah,
Am I hitting it?
it's really for overall well-being. That is it. And
Yeah,
awareness, a little,
a little
yeah,
bit.
a little.
Yeah.
It's got very simple breathing practices that you can do even if you're bedridden, if you're super ill, if you're highly pregnant and
Mm,
lost with confusion about hospitals and society telling you stuff and your intuition saying something different. It's got like in the homeopathy list, this is all practical stuff for also for husbands, like, or your partners, you know. Hey, your wife's giving birth, like she's starting labor and stopping and starting. Okay, look at these three homeopathic remedies,
mhm,
read the text and choose one of the three and give it to her. Just take, like, it's €4, this little globally thing. It's like €4. You just make sure that when you're pregnant you have it in the house. You read the three lines per globally and you think, okay, that might be really something that suits. You try it, it doesn't
mhm,
work, great, you wait 20 minutes, you try another one.
mhm.
And my guess is that your intuition at that point will guide you to the right one and it will absolutely work. So
Okay.
I have not seen it differently. Also for babies upside down,
Mhm,
nausea, um, like for menstruation pains, but also cramping after there's something. So there are, yeah, so there's this homeopathy list in there. It works through the subtle
yeah.
energies. So officially there's nothing in it, but I already told you
Mhm,
what science, Dr. Science says in their research. They look for
mhm,
molecules. Okay, so they look for molecules. They do not look for the subtle different in vibration of the
mhm,
electrons in the different ions that are inside that water that's left.
mhm.
I hope I made that clear. And if not,
Yeah, no, for sure.
I got a free sheet on that for people. Like, they go to my website. There's this free. I can't say that anymore because then they delete our video. But you know, like the thing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Good, good. That's also really good information out for sure as
so
well. Um,
there's a
do you want
page on it that explains it very clear with pictures. Very simple.
what to do if you have and all that stuff?
Yeah, but also about how like there's a picture of the atom and the electrons around it and how the photons hit it and how this frequency changes. Like, because this is my graduation for the subject of energetic therapies.
Hmm.
So the graduation project is scriptsy. I don't know. It translates to thesis, but we have to do scriptsy and thesis. So there are two of them. So it's yeah.
And
So
kudos. That's super cool. That's super cool. For those that don't understand, do you want to and for Watermelon Lime, describe what Reiki is and also what homeopathy is?
yeah. So let's start with homeopathy because I was already talking about that. So homeopathy is a frequency, and the frequency has to be um, in a physical object. So it has to be in a little sugar, lactose globally, or in alcohol water-based water.
Mhm,
It has to, it's not a frequency transmitted like the biophoton machine, the bioresonance machine. So that's also frequency.
mhm,
And so homeopathy is that's what it's called. Then it's called homeopathy. And actually they mean classic. It's very
mhm,
strict, but okay. It's made from an extract, usually from a plant.
mhm,
From the plant is made into a tincture with alcohol. Then
mhm,
the alcohol tincture is diluted so many X times.
mhm,
And you can find on the bottle how many times it's diluted.
mhm,
And then one drop of this dilution goes on a globally, or a little bit of it goes in a bottle. That's what you buy.
mhm,
The name of the plant is usually the name of what it says in Latin on the bottle or
mhm.
the package. And yeah, these frequencies help you balance some unbalanced frequencies in the subtle aura layer of your being. Is that clear?
Yep. Yep. No, I think that's clear for sure. For sure. And how about Reiki? As Watermelon Lime mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, so Reiki is a energy healing method where you actually tap into this electric energy that is divine source. Some you can also tap into earth energy, for example, and you make sure that you are the channel to give it through your body to somebody else. And Reiki is standing for universal energy and is made by Mikao Usui in 1918 or something like that. And he was one of the first that brought this system to the more Western world, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
from Asia to to the rest. And it's a really beautiful system. It's a really beautiful system to start learning energy healing. But by all means, it's not everything. It's just one way, and there are so many other ways. Like I do Merkaba, I do Theta healing, but they all work with universal energies, and you can filter it through a lens of what does it do. So you have this source energy, let's call it. It's the source. It's very clear, like the source of everything.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a lens because I'm different than Chris. Chris is a different lens than Wendy. So it's like you put on yellow sunglasses or brown or orange sunglasses. And yeah, but you can do it yourself by using symbols and colors and affirmations. And you can give little extra subtle frequencies to this universal energy. And Reiki is just a very pure way where you are only the channel and you're not, except in Reiki 2, you use three symbols. Other than that, you're just the channel and let energy flow, and that's it. And the person who you are determines how this universal energy is coming across to other people. So, yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for
You
sharing
want to
that.
elaborate on that because you're the Reiki master too?
I'll admit I don't utilize it as a teacher. Like I haven't done in that way. But more so I use it on myself or loved ones, and I like to incorporate it with massage or animals or nature. Just all those things more. But
Yeah.
I'm not super outward about it. But I do have experience in it.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I don't utilize Reiki because I went, like I said, to Theta healing, which I love this method. I just keep moving this thing in the shade, huh?
Sun's chasing you, trying to burn you a little bit.
Yeah, me, I'm fine. It's the
Yeah.
phone. If it goes too hot, it goes off, huh?
Oh,
So,
yes, yes.
so I've been using. I'm at the top level of Merkaba healing, and this goes like people that's really good at channeling new information and other world information, and they you can see that there is more and more information available for humans, and there are more and more souls like us and you watching probably that can tap into this information that 2-3 generations back this knowledge was not at all available, because it was just not maybe not the time.
Yeah.
Maybe not the time. And so you have to look at it like that. You're not driving a car from 1919 either. And so the car from 1919 is amazing and it'll get you going.
Yeah.
And then you can look at the car from 2025. And so I love the Merkaba. It is in a way different, faster, easier, but I have to work on myself. Like I have to put the 16 dimension layer Merkaba physically, like I have to actively, activate it on myself to stay at this frequency. And the more I do, the more it's easy, the more it's automatic. But if I don't do, my personal frequency today, like right now maybe, is different. It's lower, and that's the lens. So the better I can be attuned to that and put my ego aside, the easier it is to channel high healing frequencies and help people. And that's my new car of 2025, if I explain it correctly. I hope
Yeah.
that all the 6 people watching are going like, okay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
please let me know, because I'm trying to explain something here in a few minutes that I spent 20 years learning.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're doing great. You're absolutely doing great. You know, it's interesting. I've seen in the energy healing world and kind of the holistic health world, a lot of times there are people that don't really put their physicality and their physical health first. How big of a role do you think in energetic healing and this kind of modality, self-development in terms of physical, mental, emotional health has as the role of a practitioner?
Uh, Again.
So So what I was saying is, like, because I've been in a lot of different circles, like not just raw food circles, like energy healing circles and stuff. And I don't want to generalize, but there is oftentimes people that don't really take care of their physical self. They're really just focused on
Oh
the
yeah.
ethereal,
Yeah.
How big of an impact do you feel it has on a practitioner to really put themselves as maybe as first, or otherwise just really put attention to their physical, mental, emotional as well? Beyond just focusing on these practices.
Yeah, so for me they are
Yeah.
intertwined. And also what I focus on in the book is physical exercise is extremely important.
Mm.
Like breathe important, sun important, raw food super important.
Mm.
One will automatically go with the other. And if you're a practitioner, you work with these subtle energies and you want to get better, you automatically have to take better care of your physique. You have to automatically work on your emotions, your it's like I said, this is holistic. Holistic is that you work on all these levels at the same time. That is why I said in the beginning that a subtle disturbance in your soul's energy somewhere can eventually manifest as something extreme as stage 4 cancer. But it might have started with a tantrum when you were 3, or okay, let's just stay with the tantrum. And then you go on this raw food with all these extreme high vibrational fruits. It raises the overall level of frequency in the whole existence of you in your body. So from your body, it is, like I said, constantly talking with the soul energy, with the aura, through the meridians, through the chakras. So it's constantly intertwined. Like it's a moving thing constantly. You're living, you're moving. It's constant.
Yeah.
And because you raise that vibration, you will encounter opportunities in your life, like right now, to overcome that tantrum that was never dealt with properly when you were 3. And it'll keep giving you these opportunities until you heal that event.
Yeah.
Then your nervous system makes a big change. When I do theta healing, I literally see the energetic new paths where the nerves are growing. I see it. I see it in your brain, in your body, in your aura. And I always invite my clients to look with me, and more than half of the time they see it. And if they don't see it, they definitely feel it. And that is your new road. That is the new path of your nervous system, your new energetic setup. And you go walk these new paths. And then you don't be bothered by the symptom, and then these problems, these physical problems, start disappearing. All of a sudden it's not just a big deal anymore, and you focus on other things of life, and you're 1, 2, 3 years later and you're like, wow, I forget about that and I just healed.
Yeah.
But this is the power also of raw food. That's what raw food can do. Look, for me, I was in this stuff, like this energy stuff, from very young age. I was in crystal healing when I was 11. I was doing astral travel when I was 11. I didn't know I was doing that. I was just, no, it's called lucid dreaming, right? Like, I was just like, I don't like this life. I go sleep, I'm gonna go fly, I go do this, I go fly down the stairs, la la la. I was like, oh, then I would wake up and thought, oh, this was such an awesome night. I went to see all this stuff. How do I know that I was astral lucid dreaming, whatever? I didn't know that. Like, I'm just a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for me, when I finally went 100% raw, like when I saw that video of Dr. Robert Morris saying, this guy is a woman just 52 days on grapes, and I was like, oh,
What?
is that helping for this? She reduced her tumor with that, and I was like, oh, well, I tried everything else. I'm 3 weeks in this raw thing that I made up, so cool. And then I watched the whole hour-and-a-half video, and I continued to watch the next and the next. He had about 300 videos at the time up, so yeah. I just binge watched it, and I just had it on my phone when I would go outside. I would have it in the background from waking to sleeping. Looking back, I think I kind of brainwashed myself that raw food is really the best.
That's pretty good brainwashing.
So, yeah, I did that for like 9-10 months.
Dang. Soaked all of it up.
All of it. Got the book, got the tinctures, read everything. It just made sense because it was so close, and it had overlap with the studies that I've done. Medical study, orthomolecular supplement study, and everything that I learned in this energetic naturopathy study that I was finishing at that time. That it just, for me, it was like, like you have these 3 puzzle pieces, and then the 4th came, and it just like fitted in the middle, and I was like, it fits. Like, it fits on all sides, and it fits with my feeling. Like, I wanted to do this raw, but like nobody, I didn't hear nothing. Like, I'm just thinking, I didn't think I'm raw. I just thought I don't want to do anything with my food except eat it.
Yeah. That's a simple way to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So so when you ask me, would somebody practicing the spiritual thing also have to do the physical? Yeah. Well, when you do the spiritual, you automatically do the physical. When you do the physical, you automatically go do the spiritual. And when I went in this raw, it was really a relief. I never had cravings. I never had doubts. I never had, and that was from the day one, right? So that was from the moment I was 4 months trying on my own. I mean, okay, I was 4 months eating raw without knowing anything or knowing anybody, except what I knew before and what I connected together from the research that I did so far. So for me, my body was really, I lost 4 kilograms at that time in that month. And then I went full fruitarian. And the next day that I went full on fruit, I slept like a baby. And I hadn't slept in 3.5 years from the pain. For me, I slept every single night, the whole night. I woke up happy. I woke up energetic with the sun. My biorhythm clicked. I didn't need to go in PubMed or ask some random doctor. Like, they just did one study mostly on pharmacology. Like, what do they know about this? And so for a lot of people who want to be raw and they want to, I want raw, I need more recipes. Yeah, maybe you do.
Yeah.
But maybe sometimes you also have to look at the rest. And that's why I want to put my knowledge in the bundle every single time for people that feel like emotions are holding them back, thoughts holding them back, annoying beliefs, bother them. Like when other people believe bother you, when other people say, it's not sustainable, this vegan stuff, and you think about that a lot, that means you're triggered. That means in a way you have still that belief and you are believing them in a little way and you're not in tune with the present moment, connecting to your higher self, to your soul, to your heart. That means that you're working on a little black spot or a little disturbance in that energy field that you still have to go through. So I see it as my job.
Yeah.
It's my job. I mean, yeah, it's my work to help people look at those little disturbances and give them tools to work through that themselves through this book, or if they want with me personally or with a course, or look some free videos. I see what watermelon, what she said online, watermelon and lime.
I haven't seen anything from her in a while.
No, but she was saying earlier. So I know that she's been with me or you or this community for some years. Like I know that she was in the last lives too. That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And this is new for her. So that's why I just keep repeating the same thing. Because I think there's always somebody that is wondering, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? What is homeopathy actually? And these tools are so safe and easy, and they're just voorhanden. How do you say that? Voorhanden? I don't know how that is.
I don't know that word, so I'm not too sure.
It means like it's right in front of your nose, like my socks.
Apparent, maybe, or
yeah, it's like, oh my God, I'm trying to solve my problem. like I need something. Like, hello,
it's
the
right
socks
here.
are right in front of your nose. Like, you just go in the drugstore here, the drugstore here, and you go to this shelf where it says homeopathy, and then it says, supplements, and then it says Bach flowers, and you take my book and you think, oh, that's me. You go to this thing and you think, okay, this one's for me. €4. Give it a try.
Yeah. Why not? It's a beautiful thing, and we're definitely blessed that you're a part sharing this information, because you're right, it's not super common in the raw food movement. Of course, there are people that do it or utilize some of it, but I haven't seen too many books that really go into it. So I think it's a really great addition. And the more tools people have at their exposure or at their disposal, the more likely they are to thrive, right? And the more people they have to connect with different insights and gifts, the more likely they're going to thrive, right? So it's definitely a blessing. Um, what would be maybe 3 take homes? I know we kind of already mentioned a couple, and we may even reiterate those. But again, just for maybe people didn't see the beginning, or just really to drive that home, what are 3, simple energetic practices to bring home right now?
Okay. You want to be in your body, you want to feel connected to your body and overcome all these cravings and shit. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Take off your shoes. Go outside. Have a walk. And then you still feel stressed, you have difficult breathing to your belly. Go lie in your bed, put those feet up against the wall. So your feet up, back on the bed. And if you start breathing there, you have no other choice than do belly breathing. It's impossible to do something else. So you just go lie there, and even if you are on your phone, you will start belly breathing.
Even if you're, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just the position that you're in forces you to belly breathe. And the moment you do that a couple of times, hormones shift, nervous system shift to relax mode. You're out of fight or flight. You go in parasympathetic. You're relaxing. Yeah, I think that's awesome practice. And
Absolutely. It's where the magic begins, right?
yeah, and then last one, exercise.
Yeah.
I have a little bouncer there, little trampoline. I love walking. I love biking. Do something you love. A couple of minutes a day, and it will give up your, like, it will raise your frequency, it will move your lymph system, it will give you energy, it will balance your hormones to relaxed state as well. So exercise gives energy by putting you in a relaxed mode, strange as it sounds. And then after, you could take a moderate cold shower. I'm not a fan of cold baths, ice baths for women, especially not when you're beginning. But a not hot, mildly fresh shower is really good for your hormonal balance, your immune system, and it'll put you in that same relaxed state, which will raise your frequency and help you heal.
Love it. Love it. All grounded tips. Thank you so much, Wendy, for being a part of the bundle, of course, and for sharing all this information here in this live. Where can people find you if they want to learn more? And again, I just want to plug one more time the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. We're in the last 3 days. Both of us are part of it. We've been going over a lot of what Wendy goes into, but there's even more in her book. So check it out in her link in bio. And where else can we find you?
So I have this awesome channel, YouTube channel, for Healthy by Wendy, but also for the Dutch Fruit Festival.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
you can
Yes.
check that out.
Yep.
I give my workshops there, and we have other beautiful humans coming.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can motivate Chris coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Dutch Fruit Festival, I have healthybywendy.com. I have dutchfruitfestival.nl. I'm on Facebook, but not so much. And yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. I
I'll
think
put all
those
the
are
links, especially in the YouTube notes. And is there still spots for the festival if people want to come?
yeah, we have some spots. Yeah. I think we're halfway now.
Yeah.
Halfway.
And what
We're
are
a
the
little bit
dates?
later this year, 4th to 8th of August.
There we go,
So
4th to 8th of
for the
August.
8th of August, yeah. And I do have limited spots. So we do have limited spots. And once a family signs up, it goes fast. So if you're with 5 and we got 20 spots left, 20 people left, 4 families and we're full. So, and I'm talking with people every day. So I got 3 people on hand right now. So
good to check it out. Absolutely.
don't wait too long.
No, just like the bundle, both of them, these are time opportunities, time-based opportunities. So, now is the time to act with presence, being clear with what you want to grow in, and both of them can help you a lot.
Absolutely. And also thank you so much, Chris, for interviewing me. We kept it within 1 hour.
Yeah,
But
we're
I saved you
right on that.
for now, I keep time for you now.
Yeah. Well, I vastly appreciate it and always appreciate you, Wendy. And I look forward to seeing you in the summer at the festival or elsewhere, but we'll see. I'm still behind the scenes dealing with some stuff, as you know. But we'll talk more behind the scenes. And again, thank you so much. And thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thank you,
And
guys.
as
Thank you,
always,
Chris. Bye.
wishing you much peace, love, and seasonal fruit. Bye-bye.